Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Transforming Financial Mindsets. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. What if everything you've been taught about money is wrong? Imagine two fathers. One highly educated but struggling financially, and the other who never finished school but became a multi-millionaire. What if I told you that the difference between being rich or poor comes down to how you think about money? In Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki shares the life-changing financial lessons he learned from his two father figures. His educated but financially poor father, and his best friend's dad, a successful entrepreneur who taught him the secrets of wealth. Stick around to discover the financial principles that separate the rich from the poor, and how you can apply them to your life today. Welcome back to Join Top 1%. If you're new here, we break down life-changing books to help you grow smarter, stronger, and more financially independent. If that sounds good, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's dive into today's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Why is this book important? Most people work for money, but the rich make money work for them. Schools teach you how to be an employee, not an entrepreneur or investor. If you don't understand financial literacy, you'll likely spend your whole life struggling financially. In this summary, we'll break down the biggest financial myths that keep people poor, the mindset shifts you need to start building wealth, 6 powerful lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad that can change your financial future. Let's get started. Most of us are taught from a young age that the path to success is simple. Go to school, get a good job, work hard and you'll be set. But what if that traditional advice is actually wrong? The rich don't work for money. Lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad tells the story of two fathers. His poor dad was a highly educated man, a PhD who followed this traditional path. He worked hard his entire life, but always struggled financially. His rich dad, on the other hand, never finished school, but he became a multi-millionaire. What was the difference? It came down to mindset. Poor Dad's mantra was, go to school, get good grades, get a secure job. He believed in trading time for money. He worked for a paycheck. Rich Dad, however, had a very different philosophy. He taught Kiyosaki, learn how to invest and build assets so you never have to work for money. Rich Dad understood that true wealth comes from building assets, things that generate passive income. Rental properties that bring in monthly rent, stocks that pay dividends, businesses that generate profits even when you're not actively working in them. These are all examples of assets. Poor Dad focused on earning a salary. He traded his time for money. And as long as you're trading your time for money, you'll always be limited. There are only so many hours in a day. Rich Dad, on the other hand, focused on building assets that would work for him, generating income even while he slept. The key takeaway from this lesson is simple but profound. If you only work for money, you'll always be dependent on a paycheck. You'll always be one job loss away from financial trouble. Instead, learn to build income-generating assets. Learn about real estate, stocks, businesses, anything that can generate passive income and give you true financial freedom. That's the path the rich take, and it's a path you can take too. So, if building assets is so crucial, why doesn't everyone do it? A big part of the problem is our education system. The importance of financial education over traditional schooling. Lesson 2. Financial education is more important than school education. Most of us are taught how to read, write, and solve math problems. We're taught how to follow rules and get a job. These are important skills, no doubt. But what we're not taught is how to manage money effectively, how to invest, and how to build wealth. Think about it. Schools prepare you to be an employee, not an entrepreneur or an investor. They teach you how to work for money, but not how to make money work for you. They teach you the mechanics of earning, but not the principles of building wealth. This lack of financial education is a huge problem. Many high-income earners, doctors, lawyers, even professional athletes, still struggle financially because they don't understand basic concepts like taxes, debt, and investing. They earn a lot of money, but they don't know how to manage it, so they end up spending it all, often accumulating debt and living paycheck to paycheck. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and how you grow it. And that requires financial education. The key takeaway from this lesson is this. If you don't learn how money works, you'll spend your life working for those who do. You'll be at their mercy, dependent on their decisions. Financial education is not just important. It's essential for building wealth and achieving financial freedom. It's about taking control of your financial future and making your money work for you, instead of the other way around. So make a commitment to learn about money. Read books, attend seminars, find a mentor, do whatever it takes to become financially literate. Your future self will thank you. Now that we understand the importance of financial education, let's talk about the core concept that separates the rich from everyone else. The difference between assets and liabilities. Understanding assets versus liabilities, a wealth-building guide. Lesson 3, the difference between assets and liabilities. Rich people buy assets. Poor people buy liabilities. This simple distinction is the foundation of wealth building. But what exactly is an asset? An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. It's something that generates income, whether it's through rental income from a property, dividends from stocks, profits from a business, or royalties from intellectual property. A liability, on the other hand, is something that takes money out of your pocket. It's something that costs you money, like a car, which depreciates in value and requires maintenance, luxury items, or consumer debt. Let's say you have some extra cash. You could buy a brand new car. It looks great. It's fun to drive, but it's a liability. It's going to depreciate in value the moment you drive it off the lot. And it's going to cost you money in insurance, gas, and maintenance. Or you could invest that money in a rental property. That's an asset. It's going to generate monthly rental income, and it may even appreciate in value over time. The rich understand this fundamental difference. They focus on acquiring assets that generate income. They understand that liabilities, while they might provide temporary enjoyment, ultimately drain their financial resources. The key takeaway from this lesson is clear. If you want to be wealthy, focus on acquiring assets that generate income. Don't get caught up in the trap of buying things that make you look rich, but actually make you poorer. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's about building a solid financial foundation by focusing on assets, not liabilities. Ask yourself, does this purchase put money in my pocket, or does it take money out? That simple question can be the difference between financial success and financial struggle. We've talked about the importance of assets. But how do you acquire them? That's where the next lesson comes in. Work to learn, not just to earn. Building valuable skills. Lesson 4. Work to learn, not just to earn. Most people work jobs just for the paycheck. They see work as a means to an end, a way to pay the bills. And while that's certainly important, the rich have a different perspective. They work to gain valuable skills. Rich Dad advised Kiyosaki to work not just for money, but for knowledge. He understood that the skills you acquire in your career are far more valuable than the paycheck itself. What kind of skills are we talking about? Sales, for example, is a crucial skill for any entrepreneur or business owner. If you can't sell, you can't build a business. Investing is another essential skill. If you don't know how to invest, you'll never be able to grow your wealth. Real estate, marketing, and negotiation are all valuable skills that can be applied to a variety of businesses and investments. Think about it. A person with strong sales skills can start a business and make money independently. They're not limited by a salary. A person with financial literacy can invest wisely and grow their wealth much faster than someone who simply saves their money in a bank account. It's not that earning a good salary isn't important. It is. But don't just chase higher salaries. Chase financial education. Chase the skills that will allow you to build your own assets and create your own income. The key takeaway from this lesson is this: don't just work for money. Work to learn. Focus on acquiring valuable skills that will empower you to build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Don't just climb the corporate ladder. Build your own ladder. And the foundation of that ladder is knowledge, especially financial knowledge. So ask yourself, what skills am I learning in my current job? How can I develop these skills further? And what other skills do I need to acquire to achieve my financial goals? Those are the questions that will lead you to true financial success. We've talked about the importance of skills, but how do you put those skills to work to build wealth? That brings us to the power of entrepreneurship and passive income. Lesson 5, the power of entrepreneurship and passive income. The wealthiest people in the world are entrepreneurs and investors. They understand that true wealth comes from owning businesses and investments that generate passive income. Employees work for a paycheck. They trade their time for money. Business owners, on the other hand, create multiple streams of income. They build systems and assets that generate money even when they're not actively working. This is the power of passive income. Think about Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. He didn't become a billionaire by working a 9-to-5 job. He built a business that generates billions of dollars in revenue, even while he's sleeping or on vacation. Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, built companies that are revolutionizing entire industries. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, built his fortune by investing in businesses and assets that generate passive income. These individuals understood that true financial freedom comes from building businesses and investing in assets, not just relying on a salary. They took risks, they innovated, and they built systems that generate wealth. The key takeaway from this lesson is this: if you want financial freedom, you need to think like an entrepreneur and an investor. You need to find ways to generate passive income, whether it's through starting a business, investing in real estate, or buying stocks that pay dividends. Don't just rely on a paycheck. Build your own income-generating machine. It won't be easy. It takes time, effort, and often a degree of risk. But the rewards, financial freedom, and the ability to live life on your own terms are well worth it. So, start thinking about what kind of business you could start, what kind of investments you could make. Start small, learn as you go, and never stop building. We've talked about building businesses and investing, but both of those things involve risk. And that's where many people get stuck. The value of taking risks and thinking differently for financial growth. Lesson 6. The importance of taking risks and thinking differently. Most people fear taking financial risks. They cling to the perceived safety of a steady paycheck, even if that paycheck isn't enough to achieve their financial goals. The rich, on the other hand, understand that calculated risks are essential for building wealth. Poor Dad's mindset was, investing is risky. He preferred the security of a stable job, even if it meant limited financial growth. Rich Dad's mindset was very different. He believed that not investing is risky because inflation will eat away at your savings. He understood that even if you save diligently, inflation will erode the value of your money over time. What seems like a safe option, keeping your money in a bank account, is actually a risk in itself. Investing in real estate, for example, might seem risky. There are market fluctuations, property maintenance costs, and the possibility of vacancies. But not investing means you'll always depend on a paycheck, always be limited by your earning potential. It means you'll likely never achieve true financial freedom. The rich understand that calculated risks are necessary for growth. They do their research, they learn from their mistakes, and they're not afraid to step outside their comfort zone. They also think differently about money than most people. They see opportunities where others see only obstacles. They're willing to go against conventional wisdom if they believe it's the right path. The key takeaway from this lesson is this: the biggest risk is often not taking risks. Playing it safe guarantees financial struggle for most people. It's about taking calculated risks, learning from your experiences, and constantly adapting. It's also about thinking differently than the crowd, challenging conventional wisdom and being open to new ideas. So, don't let fear hold you back. Educate yourself, assess the risks, and take calculated steps towards your financial goals. Because the path to wealth is rarely found in the comfort zone. So, what's the biggest lesson from Rich Dad, Poor Dad? It's this: schools won't teach you how to get rich. You have to learn it yourself. Financial education is crucial, and it's something you need to actively pursue. The rich focus on building assets, not just earning a salary. They understand the power of investing and the importance of financial literacy. They know that if you only work for money, you'll always be dependent on a job, always limited by your time and earning potential. But if you build assets and investments, if you learn how to make money work for you, you can achieve financial freedom. You can create a life where you're not tied to a job, where you have the time and resources to pursue your passions and live life on your own terms. Want to dive deeper into the world of financial literacy and learn how to build your own wealth? Grab a copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad using the links below. It's a book that can change your financial future. And if you prefer to listen, you can get the audiobook for free with an Audible trial. Don't wait. Start your journey to financial freedom today. If this summary of Rich Dad, Poor Dad helped you understand the principles of building wealth, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing book breakdowns. We're dedicated to empowering you with the knowledge you need to achieve your goals and live a better life. We love hearing from you. Which book should we summarize next? Let us know in the comments below. Your suggestions are invaluable, and we're always looking for new and impactful books to explore. Want more book breakdowns like this? Check out these related videos. We've got a whole library of summaries covering a wide range of topics to help you grow smarter, stronger, and more financially independent. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.